Welcome to Vermin Hunters NEUK. The clue is in the name. In these videos you will see various pests being legally controlled, so if you don't like this kind of stuff, you best turn off now. Hi everybody. In this video we've got, or should I say Steve's got, a new scope. It's the Oneleaf AI Commander NV400, the 4x52 by 50, full 4K recording capabilities. There's 13 times digital zoom on this. We have literally just taken it out of the box, put it on the scope. We're going to get ourselves out and get it zeroed in after we've just run through a little bit of the gear that you get with it, and hopefully get you some footage tonight on the foxes. So in the box you get instruction manuals, which we've clearly not read. I've just quickly gone to the specification sheet. What we've got is, this one is the laser rangefinder version as well. So I think that goes out to about 1,300 yards. Something like that. And what I also found out is that it's got the new firmware version available for it, which now gives you the ballistic calculator. So judging your old over, old under, whatever, it's going to make things a hell of a lot easier. So a little bit about what comes in the box. You've got two concertina eyepieces, both at different lengths. You've got a spare battery, which if you unscrew the top here, if you have a quick look on this, you've got it at 50mm. You can see that. So that sits nice and snug. The battery goes positive down, and just screw it on. But if you're finding that, obviously we don't know what the battery life's like yet, that's going to get tested thoroughly. But if you find that the battery life's not enough for you, they also supply a 65mm cap for this as well. So you can put a bigger battery in and it just screws on the top. I think that's a fantastic idea. After using other brands that have got the same principle, you've got no option to put a bigger one in, so that's a great idea. On this side of the rifle, we've got a cap that unscrews. In there you have your micro SD card, which comes with the scope, a 64 gig. You've got a USB charging port as well. There's covers for the eyepiece. On the front, on the lens cover, you can see here it's a flip, and what they recommend is that during the day, during the night, or in story mode, you have it open like that, so it can absorb as much light as possible. But during the day, you close it up, and it automatically reduces the amount of light coming in, so you don't get overexposure. But another fantastic little touch with this, and I genuinely wasn't expecting this, you get a sunshade in the box as well, which just literally screws on the end. Absolutely brilliant idea. Very quick run through the buttons. That is your laser rangefinder. Just one click, it comes on. If you press it down and hold it, it takes you into the menu, and I'll try and get some footage of the menu screen just to show you. It's dead simple. It follows the same kind of principles as what other makes do out there. You're not going to get anything much different. You've got the record buttons here. What I like about this is that they're raised up. You can feel them nicely, so at night time you're going to have no hassle finding them, and they're differently shaped. They're not all the same. To record, it's circular, and then you've got like these teardrop shapes for putting it into night mode, picture-in-picture mode, so on and so forth. Also in the box is the mounts. Now it comes already assembled. but the mounts are up that way, obviously for packaging reasons. So all you have to do is undo, turn them round, tighten them back up, job done. And they've got Picatinny connections on the top. If you want to conserve, well, you don't have to conserve battery life, sorry. I'm going to say for the IR, but there's no need. You could mount an external IR, which also comes in the box. So this is its own infrared. It's got the 3 different stages of intensity, focusing as normal, near and far. So you can either have it floodlit or just a narrow beam. Again, in the box it comes with this Picatinny connector already set up. The battery's already in it, charged up, and you can see there the little separator from the connector to the battery to make it live. So you have to remove that obviously before you use it. But everything is pretty much set up for you other than the mounts. So that can mount anywhere on here. Obviously designed so that it's clearing all the turrets, so on and so forth. The actual built-in laser rangefinder here is this bit. Now, it's tiny, really small. It looks a cracking bit of kit. We've not tested it yet, obviously, but it will get tested tonight. And I'm pretty sure that this is removable because you get supplied with this little tool in the box, which fits these Allen nuts perfectly. So I'm guessing that'll come off, but I'm not going to mess around with it. We want to get out and get this rifle sighted in and hopefully get a couple of victims tonight on the local farm. So very, very quickly, again, you get the usual charger cables. You actually get the charger and USB cable for the battery inside that's rechargeable. In the scope itself is a 6,600 milliamp hour rechargeable battery that obviously doesn't need taking out or anything. You just plug it in the USB port and it'll charge up, red light, green light. Again, standard kind of stuff, but all very, very useful. There's little things on the scope that you've got the ocular relief at the back here, the focus at the front. Again, if you can see on the top there, it tells you where to turn for close up, near and far. And to be honest with you, I've got another brand of scope that I've used and I've had to buy a throw lever to be able to turn this because you need spinach before you do it or your Weetabix. It is really, really stiff, but this, straight out of the box, turning it no bother at all, and I'm sure that's going to get a lot easier to use as it gets some good usage by Steve. He's not on the camera now because he's shy, but he is stood behind the camera filming me and laughing his head off. So that's enough. I'm going to get this, or Steve's going to get this in his bag. We're going to disappear up to a local farm. I'll try and get a little bit of footage of him zeroing it. And then we're going to put because it's got the new firmware, we're going to put the ballistic coefficients in, muzzle velocity, scope height, so on and so forth in the ballistic calculator and give that a try as well. Again, I might have to put that in a later video once we've had a play with it and I know what the score is on what we're actually doing with it. Stereotypical bloke. You do get a comprehensive instruction book, but we like to see how easy these things are to use straight out of the box. So that's where that's going, back in the box. Just get out in the field and have a play with it. I know we've just said that we were fitting this Oneleaf NV Commander 400 onto Steve's 223. We did. We brought it out and then the rifle developed a technical problem. So slight change of plan. We've took it off. We've now put it on Steve's FX Dreamline Tactical. It's a 177 sub 12 foot-pound. It's shooting the JSB exact heavy Diablos, the 10.34 grain pellets. Unfortunately, I can't video while I was putting all the ballistics in and zeroing it, but we've zeroed it at 30 yards. We've put in the ballistic coefficient for the pellets, the grain of the pellets, the barometric pressure, which I've managed to get off my watch, the altitude, as much information as we can into it. And what we're going to do now is take a shot at 15 yards, range it, get the holdover, take that shot. I'll put 2 pellets in, then take it out to the 30 yards, and then take it out to 50 yards and see where we are with that. And I must point out that we've got a very, very slight left to right. I think it's about 3 miles an hour, the wind, left to right wind. So I'm expecting it to push it off a little bit to the right, because I'm just going to go middle for diddle. Right, so I'm here with Steve. We've put all the ballistics in, and it won't let me go into the menu while I'm filming. So I'm pressing the button now, but it just won't let me do it. So we've put everything in that we need, including the altitude and the barometric pressure, which I've managed to get from my watch. And what I'll do now, I'll range, and this is at 15 yards, sorry. So you can see it's moved it a little bit down. So what I'm going to do now is I'll take my first shot, and then I'll put another one in. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, so you can see there we've got a very slight left to right wind as I'm taking these shots, so it's pushed it off a little bit there. Now the gun's safe. Steve's going to walk down to 30 yards. If I just refocus in there, and then I'll range find again. 30.8. So you can see this is what we're zeroed at. So if I zoom in, and I'll get a crisper image, I'll go for the bottom left one. I'll zoom in again. So you can see they're pretty much spot on. Now Steve is going to walk it out to 50 yards. Again, the gun's safe. And then what I'm going to do is I will tune it in again, and then if I zero, you see there 51 yards, you can see how it's dropped. I'll zoom in as far as I can, and then I'll go for this bottom one. And let me zoom in. See there, the wind's knocking it off to the right, as I'd expect with it being a left to right wind, but it's pretty much bang on height wise, so I'm more than happy with that. So if you've seen my previous footage where I've been using the Arkansas, I filmed exactly the same property. I'm going to range find it now, and it's just over 800 yards away.
you may get something on the screen saying that it's out of range. 812, now it's flashing out of range. That's because of the ballistic range, the ballistic calculation, sorry, that we've put in, that I'm getting that message. Obviously if this was sat on the 243, or it won't be telling us that out of range. But that's a nice clear picture. I'm going to zoom in, take the rangefinder off. Again, that's the barn there that you can see the birds again flying around like you could when I used the Zulus. If I keep zooming in, that is a really good picture at over 800 yards away. So if you're out on the deer, foxes in the daytime, perfect. Let's zoom in a bit more. See the jackdaws on the roof there. Just adjusting the focus now. That is a great picture. Good night. This one looks like a youngster. Picture clarity is excellent on this. This is at 21 yards. Oh no, 20 yard. Yep. It doesn't realise it's having its last meal. It's just laid at the back of its pal. Good night. This is a strangely coloured one. You can see how they twitch so fast. You have to wait. A little bit worried about his pals. See, he's having a sniff for his pal. But their eyes are always bigger than their belly. They have to come for a bite to eat. That's at 5 times mag. 6, 7, 8. Just messing with the focus at the front there, trying to give you an idea on what you can get. That looks excellent. Right, you've stolen enough of my food now, kiddo. Must have dropped in the tyre. Good night. Right, so we've come out tonight on the Ferals. Steve's making an appearance there for the first time ever.
Beat it.
And then this young lad here, Tom, believe it or not, he's only 10-year-old.
Give it what?
Look at the size of this kid. He's about 9 foot and he's got a lovely mullet. What a cracking little lad he is. Told you I'd make you famous, Tom.
Cheers.
Yeah, well, that. So we're out on the Ferals. Got the Oneleaf Commander 400 with the supplied IR. We've set the ballistics up as you've seen. Steve's going to take these couple out. No pressure. I'm going to have to bleep that out. Is it pick your head up. Right, so this little clip I just want to show you, it's not going to be in focus perfectly because it takes the IR off, but if I press the rangefinder you can see there I'm down to 4 yards, 4.2 yards. Gradually move it out, it'll come back in focus. It's just a brick wall that I'm pointing it at. 5 yards. So it'll be ideal for ratting at close range. Obviously you'd focus in better than what I'm doing at the minute. Seen in previous videos this house saying it's out of range, 314 yards. It's only saying out of range if you can see that on the screen because we've not set up the ballistic calculator on this yet. This is the Oneleaf Commander NV400. Base mag. Zoom in. nothing down here. Rabbits, I can't really tell. And they're at 132 yards. There's a nice picture. This is with a standard IR that comes with a scope. So where the reticle is now, you see the eyes there, there's a fox moving over to the left. Hoping he's going to come in. Yeah, he's coming in. He's coming into the pipe. Just down here. We've got sting pipes. You can see all the feral pigeons we've put out that we shot on the previous video. So this guy's coming in for an easy meal. Here he is. What he doesn't realise is that Steve's waiting. He's going to take the shot with a 243 because we've not managed to sight this in.
Unfortunately, the fox just kept on walking and we didn't get the shot. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, guys. If you want to purchase one of these Oneleaf Commander NV400s, either with or without the LRF, please follow the link in the video that I've put in. And again, thanks for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do, and it'd be greatly appreciated if you could like and share this video, as it massively helps the channel. Thanks again, guys.